Ele viu nós, filho. Ele viu nós, cara.
No mames.
Bueno, ¿dónde vas?
Run.
One day, a camper came across something deeply unsettling while hiking toward his campsite. He later uploaded a short video, offering almost no explanation, just footage. The figure appeared to have a human-like face, with a long nose and a wide mouth. Yet its body was smooth, hairless, and disturbingly infant-like. Its fingers were elongated and dangled loosely, while the lower half seemed monstrous. A grotesque mix of human and animal features, as if stitched together. Could it have been just a bizarre prop? Probably. But then, who placed it out there in the middle of the woods? And for what reason? Where would someone even find something like that? And most of all, if you were the one who found it, would you still dare to camp there? A family was enjoying a peaceful day camping in the Canadian forest when something strange caught their eye.
Can't be. No. Run.
Run. The creature spotted them and let out terrifying growls. Despite its size, it moved quickly toward them. The family ran for their lives, and the video captures this intense chase. A man set out for a simple camping trip and decided to record his hike through the forest on the way to his campsite. But before long, the calm was shattered by a sound echoing through the trees, sharp, high-pitched, and eerily similar to a child crying.
Pai está fazendo uma trilha às 3 da manhã, subindo a montanha.
When the footage reached viewers, theories quickly spread. Some believed it could be a skinwalker, a creature from native legend said to mimic human voices to lure victims closer. Others suggested a more natural explanation, perhaps a bobcat, known for its chilling screams. The man kept hearing the cries throughout the night, each one seeming to move closer. But when daylight returned, the forest was silent once more, as if nothing had ever been there at all. On July 8, 2012, a couple found themselves stranded on a remote road near Clipper Mills, California. With no cell service and no passing cars, they had no choice but to spend the night in their truck.
See, that's a dog. You hear that? Juno, what is that?
Stay here, Jude. Juno, stay here.
Juno, what have you been hearing? What are you hearing through the... Juno, what did you hear? What was that?
Around 10 p.m., the silence of the forest was shattered by deep, echoing roars. The sound came from the woods, unlike anything they had ever heard before. Their dogs froze, ears up, bodies tense, As the strange howls rolled through the darkness, the noises grew louder, overlapping in layers, as if coming from more than one creature.
Peanut, what is that?
He's hearing it all.
JC, you want to go to the cab with me?
Getting scared, Mama?
A little nervous. Yeah.
Bears don't do that.
The couple could only listen in fear, realizing it wasn't the sound of bears or coyotes. This was something else entirely. For nearly 15 minutes, the roaring circled their vehicle before fading back into the trees. They stayed awake the rest of the night, shaken but unharmed. To this day, no one knows what had surrounded them on that desolate road in the California wilderness. On August 31st, 2025, Canadian Paralympian Lisa Franks decided to spend the night alone, camping in her van beside a quiet river. It was just after midnight when a loud bang jolted her awake.
I'd gone to sleep around 11 o'clock, and I hadn't really fallen into deep sleep, and I heard this bang on the front of my vehicle, and then I could feel that my vehicle was being pushed, and I am just camping out on Crown land right along a river. There's farmland nearby, but I haven't seen anybody all day. I was also here yesterday and last night, and immediately I just saw it like it's a Friday night. There's another vehicle had pulled in or something, and people were messing around, or maybe they thought the camper van was abandoned and were trying to break in or do something. But yeah, I heard this bang in my front end, and my van was being pushed. Like, I thought maybe then a bunch of people were just messing around, some teenagers or something, and rocking my van. So I yelled, "What are you doing?" Actually I said, "What the F are you doing?" Just to let them know there was somebody in the van. And then I didn't hear any, voices or anything. Didn't hear any footsteps, which was weird. But immediately, I was jolted awake. And then I didn't hear anything.
Her van began to shake. Something or someone was pushing against it. She assumed it was people fooling around, maybe locals who thought her van was abandoned. But when she shouted for them to stop, there was no response. No voices, no footsteps, only silence.
And then all of a sudden, right at my back window, like right up here, I heard something too. Like it was, swiping my vehicle or something. And I'm obviously freaked out at that moment. I grabbed my keys and I grabbed my cell phone and put the flashlight on and I pulled my window covering down, which was kind of silly, but I pulled the back window covering down to try to look out, but it was pitch black. But then I heard like another, it just hit to my vehicle. And so I put the window covering back up and I beeped my key fob. So I make like a little beep beep to, I don't know, just let them know there was somebody in here.
Moments later, another thud struck the back of her vehicle. Then came the scraping, something brushing against the glass. Terrified, Lisa grabbed her phone and keys, locked the doors, and honked the horn to scare it off. The pounding continued until she remotely started her van's engine.
And again, I heard another hit. And so then I just started my vehicle. I put my Ford app on my phone. I started my vehicle. And I think that scared whatever was away.
Finally, after several tense minutes, the noise stopped. At dawn, she found the answer. Muddy paw prints smeared across the windows and doors.
Just right here. And you can see like a dirt paw right on my window there. I'm trying to look on the actual dirt. I imagine once I go out there, I'm going to see more evidence, but that was not there yesterday. Definitely not. Oh, wow. Yeah, paw prints out there. More there. Something was trying to get in.
Whatever had circled her van that night hadn't been a person. It was a bear, likely searching for food. The encounter ended safely, but it left a chilling question behind. Which would be worse? Someone trying to break in or something? Davy planned nothing more than a quiet night beneath the stars in southern Ontario. He followed the river, picked a peaceful clearing, and set up camp with just a sleeping pad and bag. But sometime after midnight, the stillness broke. When he opened his eyes, a stranger was standing barely 10 feet away, holding 2 steel pipes.
It's not that fucking difficult to respect other people, is it? So start showing some respect if you want respect. Do you need my light to help you get out of here?
No.
No? You know how to get out?
Would you mind just giving me a few minutes? I'm still in my sleeping bag.
Why are you in your sleeping bag? You knew there's somebody in a tent here. You knew that. Do you think they're gonna feel comfortable falling asleep in the middle of the night with a fucking stranger 20 feet away? Do you honestly think that? The answer is no! And you wouldn't feel comfortable either.
Alright,
no, you wouldn't. Fair enough. Fair enough.
My apologies.
That's fair enough, mate.
My apologies.
Fair enough.
I will push on.
I already got a hold of CMP and told them to get over here.
A tense exchange followed, the man insisting he meant no harm while Davy tried to stay calm, still trapped in his sleeping bag. Eventually, the stranger apologized and disappeared into the darkness. Davy quickly packed up his gear and moved deeper into the woods, putting as much distance as possible between them. By sunrise, he was safe, but any sense of peace had long vanished. From the dense undergrowth, a gorilla suddenly emerges and moves toward the group. Within seconds, it grabs one of the men by the foot and drags him a short distance before letting go. This kind of behavior is highly unusual. Gorillas typically avoid direct interaction with humans. Though the moment was undeniably terrifying, it serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of respecting wildlife and maintaining distance within their natural habitats. Fortunately, the man was unharmed, and the encounter ended without further escalation. YouTuber Eder Hernandez and his team ventured into a place known as the Devil's Cave late at night. From the very beginning, the atmosphere felt tense and unnerving, but the real terror began the moment they stepped inside.
Oh, chingas a tu madre, güey. Vete a la verga. Pendejo, quítate.
In the footage, chaos erupts as the group suddenly spots someone standing motionless in the darkness ahead. The figure appears human, but its face is disturbingly featureless. Panic sets in, and the team bolts through the dense jungle, their flashlights shaking wildly. Just when they think they've escaped, another shape emerges on the path.
¿Sí lo oyen? No mames. Güey, ¿dónde vas? ¿Qué pedo? No mames.
Silent and still. Whether it was a person, a mannequin, or something far more sinister, no one stayed long enough to find out. In June 2011, after hearing strange noises in the dark, 2 campers decided to record with a night vision camera while standing in an open field.
Fucking sword, fool. There it is, there it is. Okay. Where are you from? What do you want? Can you talk? Can you come out of the grass? No, it ran away.
Moments later, they caught sight of a figure briefly emerging from the tall grass before vanishing again. When they reviewed the footage, a shadowy form could be seen peeking out from the weeds, its height and movement distinctly human-like. The following morning, one of them found that a nearby field trap had been triggered at shoulder level, suggesting that whatever passed through the area was roughly the size of a person, or larger. Given that the recording is now more than 14 years old, Achieving such clarity in night vision footage at the time would have been nearly impossible to fake. To this day, the encounter remains difficult to explain. TikTok creator Amber Outdoors recorded something strange deep in the woods.
I've never seen anything like this besides on the internet. Look at the leaves on this tree. It's not windy. There's nothing. I mean, there's a little wind.
In the clip, she notices a group of trees and bushes moving on their own, despite the calm air around them. The leaves rustle and sway as if an invisible force is passing through.
Look at the rest of the tree. That's like a normal leaf blowing, right? Oh, those are kind of doing it too. Look at these. What is happening here?
Yet everything else nearby remains completely still. There's no strong wind, just a faint breeze too weak to explain the movement. The rest of the trees stand motionless, making the isolated motion even more unsettling. Some viewers think hidden animals might be responsible, shifting the branches from below. Others believe it could be due to underground root systems or subtle air currents causing localized motion. Whatever the explanation, the scene feels undeniably eerie, like something unseen is moving beneath the surface, disturbing only that patch of forest. Reddit user Panty Dinner 2003 recently shared a chilling video recorded during a camping trip.
Oh, what the crap? Is that a guy? What the frick? What was that?
He's walking creepy.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What?
Follow him.
I videoed it. What the frick?
I'm gonna go get my gun.
That was a skinwalker.
No.
In the clip, the campers react in shock after spotting something moving just beyond their campfire's glow. A pale, human-like figure can be seen darting through the dense bushes, its movements quick and unnatural. The brief glimpse is enough to send panic through the group, who can be heard shouting and trying to make sense of what they just witnessed. Viewers later debated the footage intensely, some claiming it shows a skinwalker, a shape-shifting entity from native folklore said to mimic human form, while others believe it was simply a person caught in the dark. Whatever the truth, the sight of that pale figure vanishing into the forest has left many uneasy. In 2018, while walking with her father near the Cave of the Bats in Weaver, Leon, Mexico, Adri Gann took a photograph that would later stir up intense debate online. At first glance, the image seemed ordinary, just her father standing against the forested backdrop. But upon closer inspection, something unusual appeared above the trees. A dark winged figure soaring through the air. Locals weren't shocked. For generations, stories of El Hombre Pájaro, the Birdman, a winged humanoid, have circulated in the region, dating back to 1877. Witnesses claim to have seen him flying near churches, rivers, and forested areas, often around dusk. The nearby cave, home to millions of bats, is even said to be his dwelling place. Skeptics argue the figure was likely just a bird caught at the right moment, but others believe Audrey may have unknowingly captured evidence of the legendary creature itself. YouTuber Kayak USA, known for documenting fishing and camping adventures, found himself in an unexpected life-threatening situation when a sudden tornado struck during what was meant to be a calm day on the water.
So, I don't know how much I just filmed out in the water. Me and Dylan were both just waiting and fishing, and look what just rolled up on us. Look at this. It is pouring, and that's only a few hundred yards away. It is white capping out here on the water. Look at this. This just came up out of nowhere. I don't know how bad that looks on camera, but it's pretty bad. Can you see the white caps out here? Let me zoom in. We're kind of hoping it goes around us.
While he and his friend Dylan were fishing, the sky darkened without warning. The wind picked up, waves began to whitecap, and heavy rain poured down across the lake.
Pop up on us right here, and it is bad, y'all. I don't know if you can tell, but we're inside of this gazebo down, and it's picking me up. Holy shit. This is nuts. Bro, I hope we ain't got no tornado popped up on us. Oh, shoot. Oh my God. This is nuts, y'all.
Stuff falling out of the tree. Oh! No, there goes the grill.
Realizing the storm was closing in fast, they rushed to a nearby gazebo for shelter, bracing against the violent gusts. As debris began flying and trees snapped around them, the structure shook under the storm's force. At one point, the wind grew so strong it nearly lifted them off the ground. They could only hold on and hope the worst would pass. When the storm finally eased, they stepped outside to assess the damage.
That was the worst experience of my life. I've got to try to get this kayak pulled up on the bank. Look at this tree, y'all. I hope that it's past. It's still coming down pretty hard. This is where we were going to park. This is where we were going to camp because it was right behind the bathroom.
A massive pine tree had fallen directly onto the spot where they had originally planned to camp. Shaken, but safe, the group realized how narrowly they had escaped tragedy, saved only by a last-minute decision that changed everything. An explorer ventured into a local haunted site deep within the woods, documenting every step of his nighttime investigation. The place was abandoned, silent, and unsettling. But during filming, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. When he later uploaded the footage, viewers noticed something he hadn't. In one of the rooms, a dark figure could be seen standing motionless near the doorway. The explorer had walked right past it, completely unaware. He eventually left the site and returned home, never realizing what the camera had captured until much later. The question that still lingers: what exactly was waiting inside that room? While exploring the woods, a Reddit user stumbled upon something remarkable. At first glance, it appeared to be nothing more than a small branch, but a closer look revealed a perfectly camouflaged spider. Known as Doliphon's conifera, or the wraparound spider, this tiny creature flattens its body tightly against a twig, blending seamlessly with the bark. Barely a few millimeters wide, it's nearly impossible to spot unless it moves. Despite its eerie, almost alien appearance, this spider is completely harmless to humans. Its strange camouflage might make your skin crawl, but it's simply one of nature's most impressive examples of survival through invisibility. On August 20th, 2025, Toby set out to film a wild camping trip near Cromer, Norfolk. After hiking through a few footpaths and passing several caravan parks, he found a wide open field bordered by two large containers, quiet, secluded, and perfect for the night. But as darkness settled in, the calm was broken. Cars began pulling into the field, their headlights sweeping across his tent.
Oh, look, we got a couple of cars coming over. Oh, okay. I might get asked to move on here. Let's keep the camera rolling. Right, it's on me. So, oh no, they're just a couple of people pulling over. See, this is what's interesting. It's kind of just so real life. This is why I won't put a torch on, guys. They might not have even seen me. They might do now though, because they've just turned all their own lights off, so I might stand out a little bit. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get in the tent. Should anything exciting happen, then obviously I'll try and share that with you. Right, I'm not gonna unpack all my stuff because there is a lot of cars coming over. I don't know if there's some kind of thing that goes on here at night. They seem to be ignoring me, but I have no idea if that... Yep, here we go, look. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna get out just in case, so I don't want to get some lunatic driving into the car, so I'll let them know. I stand up so they know I'm here. It might just be people that are curious. Wow. Weren't expecting none of this. You know, it's kind of to try and put you in how that might feel. I've set up, you know, I'm going to be going to sleep in there, or I probably won't now. I'm going to be going to sleep in there though. And you got a car sort of doing that. They've seen you quite clearly. The lights have come on. They know you're in here. There's other people up there now, look. Just here, they've all just turned up just as I've set this tent up. So I will just sit in the tent for a little while. They might go out. I mean, it's, you know, if you think about it, that could be anyone. It could be someone showing their partner how to drive and they're just using the field because no one's here, you know, like anything. My mind doesn't instantly jump to chaos.
Toby kept his camera rolling, whispering updates as he tried to stay composed. He didn't want to draw attention by using a flashlight, but the vehicles kept coming, one after another. Unsure if it was just locals, curious passers-by, or something else, he stood outside briefly to make his presence known before retreating to his tent. Soon, the sound of engines revving and tires spinning echoed across the field, joined by a motorbike circling nearby. Toby remained silent, listening from inside, waiting for things to calm down.
Is it? So there's a few people there just pulled over.
By sunrise, the noise had faded, and nothing more happened. But the night left a lasting impression. The experience reminded him just how exposed and vulnerable wild camping can truly feel when the wilderness isn't what you fear, but other people. In Atlanta, Georgia, there's a place said to send chills down the spine, the Doll's Head Trail. This eerie walking path winds through the woods, and what makes it truly disturbing are the countless doll heads scattered along the way. These aren't ordinary dolls. They come in different shapes and sizes, most cracked, burned, or covered in dirt. Their empty eyes and broken faces create an unsettling atmosphere that feels straight out of a horror film. The display is entirely man-made, a local art project intended to repurpose discarded objects. But that knowledge doesn't make it any less creepy. As you walk through this haunting trail surrounded by disfigured dolls, it's almost impossible not to feel a sense of unease, as if the forest itself is watching. While leading a group of tourists through the Carolinian forest in Canada, a tour guide was filming the peaceful scenery when something unexpected appeared in the distance.
What?
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Okay.
At first, it looked like a large gorilla crouched near the trees, digging into the soil. But the sight immediately raised questions. Gorillas and apes don't exist in the wild anywhere in Canada. And whatever this was, it moved in a way that didn't match a typical animal. The guide, still recording, could be heard suggesting one possibility: Sasquatch. The mysterious figure continued its movements for a short while before standing upright and disappearing into the forest, leaving the group stunned and silent. To this day, the footage remains one of the more intriguing alleged Sasquatch encounters caught on camera in Canada. A Reddit user camping near Trail Ridge Road in Colorado captured a photo that quickly drew attention online. At first glance, it appeared to be just a scenic shot of the mountains and sky, but a closer look revealed something strange. In the upper left corner of the image, a dark, disc-shaped object can be seen hovering above the landscape. The photographer couldn't determine what it was, unsure if it might have been a bird caught mid-flight, or something far more unusual. The image sparked plenty of debate in the comments, with some calling it proof of a UFO sighting, while others dismissed it as a coincidence or optical illusion. Whatever it was, the picture left many viewers questioning what really passed over those Colorado skies that day. An Indian camper captured disturbing footage while exploring a dense forest at night. After hearing branches snap overhead, he pointed his camera toward a nearby tree, and what he recorded was truly unnerving. A strange, purple figure appeared to be climbing the trunk. Its hands and face resembled those of an ape, yet its movements and proportions were disturbingly unnatural. Most unsettling of all was its expression, a twisted, almost human smile staring back through the leaves. The man stopped recording to find help, but when he returned moments later, the creature was gone without a trace. Whether it was a genuine encounter or an elaborate hoax remains a mystery that continues to haunt viewers who've seen the clip. While driving through a wide open meadow, a man suddenly heard a faint, childlike voice call out, "Hey!" He looked around, but there was no one in sight.
Just saw, looked almost like a coyote run right across here. That sounded like a kid. Or a goat.
Moments later, something darted across the road, resembling a small coyote disappearing into the grass. The voice, however, lingered in his mind. It didn't sound like an animal, more like a child, or even a distant echo. The quiet landscape only made the moment feel more unsettling, as if something unseen was watching from the tall weeds. The short clip quickly spread online, leaving viewers divided. Was it a wandering child, a trick of the wind, or something far more mysterious? Perhaps not human at all. The team behind the YouTube channel Chamos ventured into a forest rumored to be haunted. From the moment they entered, the atmosphere was tense, quiet, heavy, and unsettling.
Ei, peraí. Quê? Oh, tem luz lá na frente, velho. Apaga uma vez. Não, vem que lanterna pro chão. Vem em silêncio. Ó, rapaziada, vem em silêncio que pode ter alguém ali. Cara, parece que é vela. Olha só, mano. É fogo, cara. Ó, rapaziada, vem em silêncio, cara.
Then, in the distance, they noticed a faint flicker of light. As they moved closer, it became clear. Candles were burning on the ground, and a lone figure stood beside them.
Desliga a luz. Olha ali, velho. É ele, velho. Olha só.
At first, they thought it might be someone performing a ritual, but when their flashlights caught the face beneath the dim glow, they realized it was a clown. The figure stayed still for a moment, then began to move toward them.
Ele viu nós, filho. Ele viu nós, cara. Ele tá vindo pra cima. Ele tá vindo pra cima, mano. Ele tá vindo pra cima, mano. Ele tá vindo pra cima, mano. Corre, cara. Corre, filho.
Panic erupted as the group shouted and ran through the forest, the sound of their footsteps and fear echoing through the dark. Fortunately, they managed to escape unharmed, but the footage remains one of their most disturbing discoveries yet. That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.